Okay, so let us start with a new one. Let me start with console. And let us start with the new one. And let me name it the collection system. Collection underscore 16th August. Let me select it to some locations. Let's call it as drive, batch, batch, call it section C. Put it here. Let me click on create. Okay, so once we are done, let us try to realize this in a program. Let me erase the spot and let me just create an array. And let's say x equals to 100, 200, 400, 600, 800, and 700. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 6 values altogether. So what would happen if I try to do this? I hope you have a very good understanding of this array. X. What do you think would be the output of this program? What output do you think will I get from here? Is it 700? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Absolutely, that's 700. Nearest everybody, if you're correct. 700. Okay, that's 700. So let's try to understand this program in more detail now. That came out to be a 700. Now I hope you have a very clear understanding of how the values are stored inside the collections. Are you clear with how is it stored inside the collections, everyone? So first value is located at 0th position, 1 position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th position, 5th position. So those are called indexes. They are called the index value. So index value of 700 is 5. Index value of 800 is 4. Index value of 600 is 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay. Now since they are the index value of I, index value get automatically incremented. So this is the 0th value, 1 value, 2 value, 3 value, 4 value and the 5th value. We can iterate through each of them. For example, I just can do console.write line and I can put x1 and I can print 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Let me copy this. Let me put the x0 first and let me print it. X. So this should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is going to print each and every element of this array list. So I got all those elements printed as 100, 200, 400, 600, 800 and 700. That's okay for me now. But what if I have more than 100 elements here? What would happen if there are more than 100 elements here? How would you be able to access? Are you going to do this approach like printing each and every elements by using it index position? How do you think you would be able to access if there are more than 1000 elements here? Or let's say if there are more than 100 elements here. How do you think you should be able to access them? Any idea, anyone? How do you think you would be able to access it? Akash, Suresh, anybody in this class who knows how we will be able to access this all those 100 elements? Let me come out to the solution for this. So one of the very things that you will be using is using loops. You have to use loops. Because if I have to iterate M1 to 1000 elements, I simply cannot iterate or write each and every element individually. By just like, uh, specifying the index positions. That's no way possible. But we can use the loops to iterate through each and every elements. So either you can use either of the loops. You can use for loop, while loop, do while loop, any loop that makes that is whatever you'll be convenient with. But most of the time we use for loop to iterate through every elements of the array. But that does not mean you cannot use a while loop and a do while loop. You are free to use any types of loop. Let me see how will you be able to access all these elements. So I'm going to use a for loop. So for integer I equals to 0. And how many elements are here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 elements here. So I is less or equal to 5. So I need to specify equals to 5 because actually there are 6 elements. 0, 2, 5. So this fifth should be included here. I plus every time the condition is true. And then in order to print this element, so rather than writing the console or writing x0, x1 and x2 and x3, what I will do in this case is I'll just console dot write line and I will simply make it x I value. So now if I make it xi, the value of I will be initially 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. And this is what it will print. This and this will generate the same statement. For example, this will initially print 0, then this will print 1, then this will print 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, but not 6 because we have only specified till 5. So are you clear with this loop, everyone? So are you clear with this for loop? If you have a question, please let me know your question and please let me know the question if you have a doubt here with this loop. So if you have a question, please let me know. So do you have a question, anyone here in this loop? Or are you getting it or not getting it? If you're not getting it, please write no. If you're getting it, please write yes to make a confirmation. Please give me a very quick confirmation, everyone, whether you're getting the stops or not. Can you please quickly confirm me? Can you please quickly confirm me, everyone? Yugel, yes. Only Yugel. Roman Kumol, yes. What about others? Savin, Prozul, thank you for your confirmation, everyone. So let us try and run and check this out whether I'm correct or not. I have to press enter because there is console.readline and retrieving element with the loop. Do you see a difference between these two outputs? No, the output is absolutely the same. Now let me show you the magic of this array here. I also can do something like this. Okay, I just cannot do this. Okay, actually that's not possible. Okay, I'll just tell you later on. So you are able to retrieve all those elements by using a loop. So now what's next? Now let us see this. These are the things that we have hard coded here. But sometimes we might want to retrieve the value from the end users. Now, how will you be able to do that? For example, let us say I need to read the name of 5 students. Then how will I be able to do that work here? Now I need to go and be more interactive. So let's say I want to read. I need to write a program that reads the name of 5 students and display all the value. Let me just make this project for you. So let us try to understand how we will be able to do that work. Before that, now I'll be creating again an array list. Array example string type friends equals to, let's say, new string. I want to have only 5, so I'll just create 5, and else I'll use console.python. For integer I equals to 0, I is less than or equal to 5. Okay, I plus plus. Okay. And I want to read this value stored in some places. Array. So I can do that by using friends type value equals to console. And this is the way you can read the value of a friend and store inside this one. So you read the value, but at the same time you want to print all the value. So let me go and just make console clear, and then let's print all those value of the friends. What I can do is, for again this will repeat it. For I equals to 0, I is less or equal to less or equal to 5, I plus plus. And let me print all those friend list. So here let me start console that one. Your friend list. Let us set it. Let me have a slash in here because I want that to be into the next line, and I want to get all my friend list, and I will simply the friend side. That's it. I value the friends. So this is going to print again friend 0, friend 1, friend 2, friend 3, friend 4, friend 5. So there is an error here, everyone. Let me see what is there. Point error is because of this one. So let's have a console.readline here. Let's run this program and check the output again. The friend name, let's say Ram, Sam, Hari, Gopal, and Manish. So actually this is going to give me 6 values with 0 to 5. And there is a problem here, index was out of the bounds, because if I define here 0 to 5, this has taken as equals to, so this is taking 6 value, but my array is only 5 elements. This is only 5. So I can make it 6 to store the 6 values. Let us run it again. Ram, Sam, Hari, Gopal, Manish, and Suresh. And this gives me the friend list. See, all those 6 friend lists: Ram, Sam, Hari, Gopal, Manish, and Suresh. So this is how the loops work, everyone. This is how the array and the loops works together. This is the way you can dynamically store the value inside the variable. So it's a better idea to always create a, even if you created 20, no issues will happen here. No, nothing is going to happen here. Okay, nothing is going to happen. So if I run this is still the same. Jack, Mac, Bob, Bradley, John, Manson, and whatever. So it's always a better idea to create an array of scalar size so that you do not run out of index value positions. So are you clear with this work, everybody? So if you have a question here, please let me know your question. If you do understand, yeah, there I have a question. How can I change number without changing value in X? How can I change number without changing? Yes, 600 को थमा 900 रखना. You can, yeah, you can do that, है ना? You can do that, but we'll come to that later on. I think with error you cannot do that, but with the error list and the list you can do that. There is something called replace at. Okay, there is something called replace at with for which you can change the value dynamically. Okay, so for example, let me say fine. Here you don't have, but in lateral, in our lateral class, you will see how you can even change the value. With array you cannot change, but with array list and list you can change. Right? Does it make sense, Nicole? Yes, and there is one way that you can change, Nicole. There is one way that you can change. One way is that if you remember the index position, you can change. For example, here, what I did is, let's say I just pass some variable, but I can specify x5 should be equal to now Gopal sets to let's say, for example. This is one way I can change the value. Whatever the value I specify, sorry, this is 25. So I can change, I can also change something like this. Okay. So if I do in this case, I have to read the value again. Let's see. So this is one way that you can change if you know the index positions. There is error. Let me correct it. Expected this one. So there is where was left. So what is it? Here it is left. So no matter what I put, Ram, Sam, Hari, Gopal, Manish, Suresh, and you can see Suresh has been changed to Gopal Srestha. Okay, so did I answer your query, Nicole? Does it make sense to you? Okay, thank you, Nicole, for your information. So actually, uh, now we have a different thing to study. So let us stop here for today, and then we'll again continue again tomorrow. So tomorrow again we'll just try to do how we can have the elements. Let us say that we may create some app, basic app for billing system in which a customer might buy some product and then he might want to print the bills and everything. Or let us do it today. For example, let us write down one question. I think we have a time for today. So let us say now write a program that reads the list of items that reads the names of items purchased by the customer along with the rate and quantity and find out total billing amount for this customer. So let us say I have this question, and I hope the question will be clear to you. So does it make sense? Is this question clear to all of you? I have a customer who wants to buy some products. I have to specify the rate and the quantity and find the total billing amount for the customer and printing all the details. So do you understand this question, everyone? You can, yes. So rest of you, I think, are you sure with? So let us try to understand this solve this question in our more programmatically way, array way. So let us go to project and then let's start with a new project here. Console again. Next, purchase array. So let us try to understand now. Now let's say you need a more than one array here. We need how many products the customer buys. Let us assume that a customer buys a n number of products, and let's say we want to have a string name for this product as new string, and I am making it 100 because I assume we will not buy more than 100 products. Also, we need to rate. So for each product, there will be rate for each. And there will be again quantity for each. And I doubt about the amount for each. Okay, let's say amount also. And amount, I hope that will be an integer value. Let us say double value. Amount equals to 0 for now, and then also you want to have a total billing amount. So let us say we have these values here. So let's see how we can do that here. So you need to read how many products the customer has purchased. So let's make sense. Let's ask the user how many product, total number of products purchased by the customer, and that is, let's say, n equals to integer dot parse console of read line. Let me clear the screen for now. I just want to make my screen clear and neat. And now I can ask him for integer I equals to 0. I just want to iterate to the loop. N let's add the product name and product names I should be equal to console of read line. That's it. Enter the rate. Rate I should be equal to just read the rate and you want to do the quantity. So rather than let me copy this, let me have this as a quantity section. Let's have that as a quantity. So we read a quantity. We need this value. We read all things for n number of products. Let's say console clear again, and we want to print the bill. We want to print what the customer has purchased. Details of product purchased. And here we want, let's say, we want to use a loop. So I just want to just use a look here again. So I just want to have control of right line. Let's say this is a product name, rate, quantity, this is amount, and that's it. Let's say name size, rate I, quantity I, and we also need for amount for each. So let's see. In fact, this would be equal to rate I into quantity I. So today I don't. So let's say amount equals to this much. So this is going to print all those values. So let me just specify at the 0th position, 1 position, 2 position, 3 position. And I need to calculate the total billing amount. So which is our total billing amount equals to 0. So let's say total billing amount plus equals to amount. And finally, let me come out of this loop. Let me just do this much. Total billing amount should be equal to the 0th value, and then that is total billing amount. So total billing amount. That's it, we're done. So let's check the output first, and I can explain you what am I supposed to do here. Let's say customer wants to buy for product, and the name of the first product is product 1, rate is 200, quantity is 3, product 2, rate is 400, quantity 4, product 3, rate is 800 and quantity 5, product 4, rate is 700 and quantity 6, and this displays all those values. See, this is product list, rate, quantity, and total amount. 200 into 3, 600, 400 into 4, 1600, and this is the total billing amount. You can check. So I hope this will be correct. 1600 plus 600, 2200. I think that should be correct. So let me calculate this. 600 plus 1600 plus 4000 plus 4200. So that's question 10,400. So this is the last time we were not able to retrieve what customer has purchased, but now we can also retrieve how what product the customer has purchased here. So does it make sense to everyone? So let me write here one thing more here. Let me copy this code here. And let me go here so that makes more meaningful. So instead of this names, I just want to have product name. Just want to print product name here. I want to print rate here. Rate. Quantity, and here I am. So just to make a look change, just add a header file. Let's run this. Let's see how it looks first. Okay, let's go for 3. Product 1, rate 200, quantity 7. Product 2, rate 500, quantity 9. Product 3, rate 800, quantity 10. Okay, so actually this is not a very good format. You can format them. So since you can also format them, this way I want to push it back. So do that here. So this is the way you can still write a program. Actually, we will not focus much on this because this is none of our interest. So this looks much better now. Product name, rate, and the quantity. You can style anything the way you want. So let me just copy this line here. So that will look more better. Let's run this. So this looks more better, more professional. Product, rate, quantity, and amount. Okay, everyone. So that's it for today. So let me revise what we have done. So actually we needed to write a program in which we need to read the list of product to be purchased by the customer. The customer may buy n number of product. So since he buys n number of product, so there will be n number of names, n number of rate, n number of quantity, and there will be amount for each name, rate, and quantity. And we ask the user the number of product to be purchased by the customer, stored in n, clear the screen, iterated through the value of n, read the product name, stored in names, read the rate, stored in rate, read the quantity, stored in quantity, we clear the screen, and while printing, what we are doing, we are printing product name, rate, and the quantity. And since there are n number of product, we have to use a loop for I equals to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. So we just have a 0th position name side, that means name 0, name 1, name 2 will be printed, and the one rate I, quantity I, and then amount is automatically calculated out here, and total billing amount is also automatically calculated, and we are able to print the total billing amount. That's it, nothing more. So do you have a question here, anyone? Do you have a question here, anyone, on this? Google has no question, so I just want you to make this advanced. I just want you to write something more. I want you to write this program, and I want you to modify this program in a way that if a customer buys more than 10,000, he or she is offered a discount of 10%. I would like you to do this as well. Modify this program in a way that if a customer buys more than 10,000, yours is offered a discount of 10%. You need to do this work, and along with that work, you also need to modify this program by adding this work. So can you do this much, everyone? Except Yugal has only told he has no question. So what about the rest? Please, can you, Sabin Mahato, can you solve or you cannot solve? Just okay, Amrit, I will try then ask you. Perfect, no issues. What about others? Make sure that you complete this work today evening and then you submit me by today evening, everyone. All the codes are here, you can try them. You can have to try it on your own and then you have to submit me by evening. Is that clear to everyone? Anyway, so let me stop for this today. I will send you the so I will just send you the video once I'm done. So I think we'll end up today's session and I'll catch you tomorrow again. Is that okay to everyone? Yes, Nicole, if you try, you tried it out first and if there's any error, you can ask me anytime. So I'll catch you again tomorrow everyone and I'll just try to upload this video somewhere and I'll just give you a link. Okay, you can try by taking this video as a reference. So have a good day everyone and see you tomorrow everyone.